Hey, how are you doing today? I have just a little intro that I want to share with you today. Say hello to my assistant for today's broadcast, Echo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
On this day in
On this day in
1977, the
1977,
Eagles checked
the
in at
Eagles
number
checked
one
in
on
at
the
number
Billboard
one on
Hot
the Billboard
100
Hot
for their
100
iconic
for their
song
iconic
Hotel
song Hotel
California. If
California.
you'd like me to
If
play
you'd
it
like me to play
any
it
time of year,
any time of
you can
year,
find it
you can
here.
find it here.
Let's get started with today's broadcast with our assistant, Echo. Woohoo! That went over a lot better than I thought it was going to. And I want to say good morning to my friend Richard Clarkson, who's here. Stay tuned, Richard. You're going to get a shout out very quickly. And also, JPH Notary. Hey, good morning. And Dryer Buzz is in the house over on the YouTube side. Thank you so much, Dryer Buzz, for coming in. And Guy R. Cook is here all the way from Walla Walla. Thank you, Guy. And Pandy is over on the YouTube side as well. Thank you for coming today. In today's broadcast, we're going to talk about what's going on with digital media. There's always so much happening, so many changes that I know it's almost impossible for you guys to keep up with them because I struggle and I do this all day, every day. I'm consuming content to make sure I can bring you the latest and greatest. And so you don't miss a beat and something going on and you don't know what's happening. And Gary is here this morning as well from Athens. Hi, Gary. Thank you. And Wayne, great to see you from Trinidad. Oh, so cool to have this international broadcast here in Monrovia, California is being represented. And also, Hasnain is here from Kuala Lumpur. So we are truly an international broadcast, and I'm so glad to see that Barb Tomlin is able to join. So that means that she is able to get into the app, and also about to try you on TV, so I can still use my phone. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, cast me over there to your television, Dryer Buzz, and then you will still be able to use your phone. Yes, and if you had YouTube Premium, you would be able to do that, and it would play in the background. Fraser Ramsey has just subscribed. All right, and Doug Hooson is over on the YouTube side. Good morning, Doug Hooson YT. Thank you so much for joining. So, what I started, guys, was a digital media newsletter which you can subscribe to. And I'm using Review, which is the new app. Well, it's not new, but it's newly acquired by Twitter. And so I'll put the link in over here and then put it up on screen for those who aren't on HAPS. And it is Eileen.link/review. And that is spelled Revue, Eileen.link/review. So you go over there if you want to sign up. And because Richard Roberts is here, also known as Fireman Rich from Owego, and I got it right now this time. Thank you. And it's from the southern tier of upstate New York. All right. I love that because it's upstate, but yet it's southern, but yet it's, y'all know what I'm saying here. And I love it when you talk amongst yourselves. So Hasnain is over there saying, Hasnain is saying hello to Fireman Rich. Okay, so we're going to look at the digital media newsletter, but we're going to do a couple things to make it a little different. First, we're going to start at the bottom of the newsletter and work our way up. And if we have time, we're also going to talk about some of the stories that didn't make the cut. And and Rich is saying thanks for the shout out. Very good. And speaking of shout outs, that's a perfect transition because at the bottom of this week's newsletter, you're going to see that I started out with the shout outs. And these are the shout outs to all the folks who bought me a coffee over on my Buy Me a Coffee. All right, so let's, excuse me, excuse me, let's get to those quickly. So we've got Dear Myrtle, we've got Heather Kraafter from the KraaftShaak, Mark Burrus, Richard Clarkson, who's in the house this morning, and we've got Jolyn Bowler. I'm sorry if I pronounced your last name wrong. At least I know that it's Jolyn. And then Michael Daniels from Tinkering with Tech, Ros Boundy. Good day, mate. And also, because I've been telling you guys so much about Buy Me a Coffee, I even got coffee from the team at Buy Me a Coffee. So I thought that was really cool because they love what I've been telling you. And thanks for the Appreciate You award, Richard. And then earlier, someone else gave me an award. Oh, Guy Cook gave me an award. Okay, and here's what I've been telling you. Not just to buy me a coffee, all right? But, my goal has always been to see you guys succeed. And I want you to get your own coffee. So this is the link that I'm posting in the chat right now. Get your own coffee. So this is how you would sign up for your own Buy Me a Coffee page. And this would be my referral link. And this is how you get the folks at Buy Me a Coffee to shout you out like, hey, you've been telling people to get their own coffee. So they gave me some coffee. All right. So let me come back on cam real quick for a little transition before we go into really start getting into the stories. And actually, I did see a question from Guy that I didn't get a chance to answer. Can Haps TV be on Roku yet? I really don't know. I actually don't have a Roku. However, I do know that Roku has been doing amazing things. And you know what? I'm going to make a note to give you guys the updates on what Roku is doing because I have to do a little research, but I hear about it in my podcasts and things that I listen to. And one of the things that I know that they bought some of the content from Quibi. So they're putting that there. They also acquired one of the podcasting or radio broadcasting apps. Can't remember off the top of my head. I'm going to do my research, so I don't want to state any more wrong facts. But Roku is amazing. Like I said, I don't have it, but they're very affordable. And you can get a lot of fantastic content on Roku. Now, whether or not it helps you cast a Haps broadcast to your TV or not, I don't know, but I'll let you know. I'll follow up with you on that. And Heavenly Dew, the presence of Heavenly Dew just makes me feel like saying, whew, sigh. She's coming in from Dallas. My girl Pam Gomez is over there on the Facebook side. Hey, Pam, come on over to YouTube or come on over to Haps. And Rich is being so helpful and says, I don't think you can currently. I'm trying on mine. I know you can Chromecast Haps to the big screen. Yeah, absolutely. Chromecast is the way. And Ted Hicks. I'm sorry, Ted. I didn't see your previous comment, but this one is good. So I'm just going to put it up on screen. And it says also developing original content. Oh, you're talking about Roku. Yes, Roku is also developing original content. Yeah, because who's not developing original content? I mean, you are. You're developing original content. I am. That's for sure. I've been doing it for ages. So I pity the man in my Mr. T voice. I pity the man who's not developing original content. Okay? Especially with all these movie houses and things shutting down. And that brings me to a question that I want to ask. I remember when I first heard that they were doing a reboot of Coming to America. Oh, one of my favorite movies. And I love, love, love watching that movie with my daughter. We would just laugh, 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 laugh. So at the time when they first announced it was coming in 2021, and it was like so far off. And at that time, we weren't even in the pandemic. And now it's on Amazon Prime. Now, I know there's probably some theaters that are actually open somewhere in this country. I don't know where. Not here in Philadelphia, I don't think. But have you, especially if you have Amazon Prime, I'd love to know, have you got a chance or had a chance to watch the updated Coming to America? I cannot wait to watch that. I think we're going to watch it tonight, but if I have to watch it by myself, I will, because I'm just waiting for the laughs to come at me. So please, please, please let me know. And Richard says that he has Chromecast, Google TV. Awesome. There's so many things out here. Oh. Okay. Yes. All right. So yeah, Ted added the Roku part on there. Thank you. But I figured it out. Ted. And thank you for being here too, by the way, Ted. I so appreciate you. And Guy is saying that coming to America with the number 2. I didn't realize that was part of the name change and the reboot is on Prime, and you saw it. So what do you think? Come on, give me a little. Does anybody, was it like good? Was it better than the first one? Was it even comparable to the first one? Is it like, should I be excited about getting to see it? Let me know. Okay. And then Ted is going to watch it tonight. So see, he's trying to do the same thing, watch it with his boo. And it wasn't as good as the first one. Okay. Eddie is older. All right. Well, yeah. Yeah, it's a thing that happens. Yeah, we all get older. Okay, but Pandy says not yet, but on my to-do list. Yeah, just put it on your watch list. And I may even go back into Twitch and do a watch party, because you can do watch parties on Twitch. You actually can do watch parties on Amazon. When you're on Amazon Prime, you can just, it may be totally random people that come over and watch with you, but you can do watch parties. And I tried it a couple times. I actually didn't get anybody to watch with me, but it was okay. Didn't really matter. I think it would have been cool though if somebody would have came in and made comments and things like that. And Guy also says that the barbershop scenes are good. Oh, very cool, because there was barbershop scenes, and yes, some of the funniest scenes from the first movie were the barbershop scenes. And Richard's on his phone and going to switch to his PC in a minute. Okay, great. So now let's continue on with our digital media updates. All right. And if anybody else watched Coming to America, please let me know. And we'll come back to that. And I just created this cute little GIF for my Buy Me a Coffee. And it was great to have all that support. So here's the next update. And this is a personal update. an Alexa flash briefing. An Alexa flash briefing. And those of you who didn't see my intro today, we do have my Amazon Echo device here to help us out. And I'll tell you how she helped me create this week's newsletter because, you can ask her questions. So let's ask her a question. Now, for those of you who have an Amazon Echo, don't worry. I'm not going to trigger your device because I've changed my wake word. Now, if you also changed your wake word, I'll get into all the nitty gritty of what that means in a minute. If you also changed your wake word, say that 3 times fast. Wake word, wake word, wake word. That means the word that you use to wake up your device. And I don't use ALEXA because that will trigger your device. And I, as a listener of podcasts and people who will say that word, you don't know how annoying that is. So I've changed mine, and mine is changed to Echo. So, Echo, what time is it?
The time is 8:51 a.m.
Oh, here it's 8:51 a.m. For those who don't know, I live in Philadelphia. Echo, tell me about Coming to America.
Coming to America is a 1988 comedy movie starring Eddie Murphy, Paul Bates, and Garcelle Beauvais. An extremely pampered African prince travels to Queens, New York, and goes undercover to find a wife that he can respect for her intelligence and strong will. Its runtime is 1 hour, 57 minutes. It has an IMDb rating of 7 out of 10 and is rated R.
Echo, tell me about the new version of Coming to America.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Okay, so yeah, those folks over at Amazon have some work to do with updating the app with the latest. Oh, okay. So let's see. Doug is saying, yes, I changed mine. So I'm assuming you mean you changed your wake word. Doug, let us know what you changed yours to because you have four choices. Can't remember the fourth one, but it could be Lexi, all right, which is the typical one. It can be Echo. It can be computer, which I say the word computer all the time. So there was no way I was changing mine to computer. But for somebody who's not on the computer as much as I am, I could see that being one of the options. Or I think the last one is Amazon. Amazon. Okay. Guy, yes, it is on Amazon Prime, but I don't know why the device doesn't realize that because remember, this device is from Amazon. So it should tell me the new version is is out. And I would think that it would, but oh well. And Guy is saying, mine's is in the other room. I use both computer for the Echo and Lexi for the big TV Fire Stick. Oh, okay. Computer. All right. So is the computer the device that you use computer as your wake word? Is it not in the room with your computer? Or do you just like not really talk about your computer when you're near that device? How about that? Okay, it should be customized to any word or name. Of course, has 9. It should be. And the most saddest thing, and a lot of you who have been following me for a long time, you know that she doesn't pronounce my name correctly. And it's not that she says my name correctly. She calls me by a completely different name. And, it's been 3 years now since I've complained about it. And that no change. There's no app or skill, because on in the Amazon Echo world, it's called a skill, but it's really an app. But they just call it skill because they got to have a different name for it. So there is no skill to teach her how to say my name. So I just live with it because it's annoying, but yeah. For me, my experience with this device is much better than with the Google Home device. So I not only do I have one, I brought my daughter one. I have one in the bedroom. I have one that I haven't even unboxed yet. I have one in the kitchen, and Mr. Rodney has one across the street. So, shh, don't tell anybody. Okay, and Guy says, I have an Echo show in this area when it's here. And Pandy is saying, impressive nonetheless. Thank you, Pandy. And I see my girl Alice is over there on the YouTube side. Hey, Alice. And just a quick reminder to everyone who is not on the HAPS side watching, just want to remind you what HAPS is. You can sign up for HAPS. It's absolutely free. You can multi-stream like I'm doing right now to YouTube, to Facebook, to Periscope. That app that shall remain nameless because it's about to be put to rest, and Twitch as well. So I'm actually over on the Twitch side on my secondary account. And I haven't been getting much comments and things over there when I'm multi-streaming over there to Twitch, which is fine. I just wanted to do it, and just because I can now, because they just added that feature. And you also can stream from any of your mobile devices. So, you could stream from your Android phone or from your iPhone. And they just updated both of those apps. And customized platform also says Hasnain. Thank you. Thank you so much for adding that in case I forgot anything. All right. So Doug said that he is a Star Trek fan. So that means you a Trekkie. And my daughter is a Trekkie as well. I don't know if you ever knew that, Doug. So there you go. So one of the things that you can do with this Echo device is create flash briefings. Now, what's a flash briefing, you might ask? A flash briefing is really just a short audio update with news. And as someone who is a podcaster, or even if you've never had a podcast before, it works very similar to a podcast. So you could easily create one. And for me, what was confusing was how did I submit the flash briefing? Because that's the next item on our newsletter, is that my daughter has created a flash briefing, and hers, my daughter Nicole Purvey, shout out to Nicole Purvey, has Better Than Success, and so she created the Better Than Success real estate news briefing. Every week, the team at Better Than Success round up the biggest and most important news, policy changes, funding sources, and investing opportunities for real estate investors and small business owners. It's the market information you need to know before pulling the trigger on your next or first investment. And I am so, so, so proud of her. And I had been encouraging her to create a flash briefing, or someone on her team to create a flash briefing. And I just quickly have to say hello to Patricia A. Murray, who's also over here on the HAP side. And so if anybody wants to just take a look, I'm not sure if anybody's into real estate. It's Better Than Success. I should say take a listen slash flash. And you also can subscribe to that as a podcast because it's also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts and etc. 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 Okay. So with after I encouraged her for over a year to create this flash briefing, she finally did it. She did it. And I was like so excited. And then it dawned on me. I realized, okay, so now you got to figure out how to submit the flash briefing over there to Amazon. And I was like, I never did it before. I know that a few folks have done it, and I know that there were some tutorials out there around and about, but I just figured I could figure this out. In fact, Nicole told me, she said, Mom, you could figure it out. Thanks, Nikki, for for your vote of confidence that I could figure it out. Oh, Doug, he gave in to the peer pressure, and now he jumped over the haps. Thanks, Doug. And for anyone else who wants to make that leap and come over here, I'm going to give you my invite link so you can be over here on the side with the rest of the crew. And it's Eileen.link/haps. And you would get a little bonus. And when you do that, as well as so will I think. Doesn't matter if I get it, but I want you to get it. Just a little bonus coins. Like, for example, Patricia A. Murray gave me the Appreciate You Award, which is 50. Actually, that's $50. It's 50 cents, but that's actual money. Different from the coins. The coins, just a quick recap for those who don't know, the coins are really used as like digital currency that only exists within HAPS. It's for you to give awards to other HAPS streamers. Okay. And then as they build up their little kitty of awards, once they reach a $200 payout level, and then they can ask for their money. But the coins, as you see on your profile, you can get coins from coming every. Oh, my connection was lost, but it looks like it's back now. Okay, so you can get coins from coming every day and just logging in. Of course, your friends can give you coins and so forth. And so, yeah. All right, so we always have helpful people, but I just want to remind you. So I'm going to put it up on screen for anybody who's not on the HAPS side to come on, join HAPS. It's free. Okay. And it's Eileen.link/HAPS. That's with two P's. Not Eileen with two P's. That's ILEANE. But HAPS is with two P's, HAPPS. And it is time for me to take a sip. Okay, so we've got helpful people here. And of course, there is from Guy Cook saying, Alexa Developer Console. I'm not sure what the GC part is. Do you have to use that Amazon console then to create the briefing? Yes, you have to sign up for an Amazon developer account. And I can tell you right now, anybody who wants to do this, if you're going to be creating a flash briefing, and the flash briefing is not for you, such as in my case, you want to make sure that there is a company name in that developer account, whatever the company may be. And in my case, I didn't know I had to do that. And so I had to send them an email and ask them to change it, which they changed it with no problem. But it took me an hour and a half to find how to change it. Because you might think that you could, just like maybe with a podcast or with a blog post, or you just go in there, edit your profile. It's not like that. You have to be. So I'll give you another tip about that. I'm on Haps, and yesterday that Ros Boundy was on it too. Yes, I saw that Ros was over here, and in fact, she sent me a little note and thanked me for introducing her to Haps because Ros, who does tarot card readings, so if anybody wants to get their cards read, make sure you check out Ros. That's RosBundy here on Haps. And so this is a perfect platform for her to use. And she also uses Ecamm like I'm doing right now, which is how I'm doing the screen sharing, is because I'm using Ecamm Live for the virtual cam. Okay. But if you have other virtual cams, if you're not on a Mac and you have like OBS or Manicam or something like that, you can also use that as a virtual camera here on Haps. So you'll love it. All right. So flash briefings. I think I said everything I wanted to say. No, I didn't say everything I wanted to say about the flash briefing. Here's another thing that you absolutely need to know before you get started, because this is where I got stuck. You must have a privacy policy on your website. You also must have a terms and conditions page on your website. Doesn't matter if you're not selling stuff on your website, but I just want to let you know. So there's the three things. Put it in your business name, have a privacy policy page on your website, and a terms and conditions page on your website. Other than that, you just fill it out just like you would if you were signing up for any other thing, and put your RSS feed in there, and then you're good to go. Okay. So, all right. So Richard is on his PC now, everybody. I want y'all to know Richard's on his PC. Thank you, Richard. Okay. So let's go back and see what else is happening on the newsletter. Okay. So we're done with the whole flash briefing, and that was like a personal update. Okay, so the next little section is the section where I talk about social audio. Can't do a broadcast without talking about Twitter Spaces and Clubhouse. OMG, these are the apps du jour. Everybody is waking up to audio, and they're waking up to the importance of being live. And instead of live video, they're combining the audio with going live now. And everybody's so excited because they never did it before. Of course, we've been doing it for a long, long time. But I'm happy for everybody because they're seeing that it's super easy to get your voice out there. And you guys know that is one of the things that I want for you. I want you to know how easy it is to get your voice heard, whether you just want to educate people, you want to entertain them, you want to inspire them in some way, and or maybe it's a cause. You're an advocate for some cause, and right now we of course all need that kind of advocacy, and I want you to know that you can get your voice out there. And back to the basics is over on the YouTube side, and saying, hey, y'all beautiful people. Hey. And I'll be going on TikTok later. Oh, that's Richard saying that, not me. I didn't want y'all to think that. Okay, so I have covered, and I just briefly covered what's going on with these social audio spaces, but I gave you a really great article to look at, and that is one from Madeline Sklar. Madeline Sklar. Using Twitter Spaces to grow your online brand, 6 ideas to try. And just as a reminder, if anyone wants to sign up for this newsletter, it's Eileen.link/review. Eileen.link/review. It's a free newsletter that I have. And so we're going through some of it, but because this is only the second issue, of course, as time goes on, I will not be sharing the newsletter on the live streams because I want you to sign up for the newsletter. But I'm giving you a taste of it today because, I want you guys to know what the kinds of things are that I'm talking about. Alice is loving Clubhouse right now. And I also want to hear from you. Like, for example, I didn't know that Alice was loving Clubhouse right now. And I don't even think I'm following you over there, Alice. You know what? I probably am. I'm just not remembering. So let me just come back on cam while I queue up the next section of the newsletter that I want to share with you. Oh, this update is really, really a good one. And for those of you who are Instagram fans, did you know that Instagram has, talking about live streaming, they got to keep themselves vital while all this stuff is going on with the social audio. And now Instagram is making it so that you can have 4 people. Well, you can have 3 guests. It would be you and 3 guests on your Instagram live. How cool is that? So instead of just having 1 guest, which is the way it's been for the last 3 years, 2 years maybe, you now can have 3 guests on your Instagram live. Now, has anyone seen that? Has anyone seen that in action? It's great to be able to split your audio/video to get to your audience. And that is a comment from Ted. Hey, Ted, thanks for your thoughtful comments. You have the best. And Back to Basics is giving me a fist bump award. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just subscribe to your newsletter. Oh, thank you, Ted. All right. Yes. Me and you together. We can keep everybody up to date on what's going on. And here's someone over there. Hasnain went over to the Twitch side so it wouldn't feel so lonely over there. And thank you, Hasnain, for going over there, watching from the other side. And then Ted has given me an award. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ted, for the Super Clap Award. All right, so more about Instagram. And if you were around for my latest YouTube video, you saw that I talked about the 6 degrees of Instagram. The 6 degrees of Instagram. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Very, very cool video that I did. I live streamed everywhere. Actually, that was on Friday, and it was supposed to happen here on Haps, but there was a little snafu. And I just want you to know that I reached out to Peter and Pablo, and they got back to me so quickly. Not quick enough for my needs, for what I need, because I'm a impromptu type of person. So, but they got back to me. Both of them responded, and I just absolutely love him. Thank you, Peter Bittner, if you're getting my vibes, and thank you, Pablo de la Hoya. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love the Haps team. They're absolutely marvelous. However, I thought about something after the fact, because that broadcast still wouldn't go, because this morning I tried it again, and it still wouldn't connect. And what their advice was to me was to just start it over. And because I was, this is a whole different, entirely different content today, right? So I started a whole new broadcast and I had no problems connecting. It was just something about, the internet. There's a glitch. Okay. But what I didn't try, and I think I'm going to try it again later on, if not today, maybe, I don't know. I'll probably do it today. I wonder if I would have tried to go into that broadcast from my phone, if it would have worked. I'll let you know. I will follow up and let you know. Let's see if we can hear from Echo again. Echo,
Sorry.
Echo, what is HAPS TV?
A response from an Amazon customer about Toshiba TV says, it is Amazon's video streaming platform.
Echo, stop.
Sort of like Apple.
I did not say Toshiba. All right, since we're also live on Facebook, Echo, tell me about Facebook.
Here's the Wikipedia article on Facebook. Facebook is an American online social media and social networking service based in Menlo Park, California, and a flagship service of the namesake company Facebook Incorporated. It was founded by Mark Zuckerberg, along with fellow Harvard College students and roommates Eduardo Saverin, Andrew McCauley.
Echo, stop. Alice is here, guys. Peer pressure works. Live streaming and social media peer pressure works. And Heavenly Dew said that I'm lagging, and I'm so sorry about that. I will say that my internet is good. I'm getting inside of the HAPS interface. It says that my internet connection is good. So I apologize about the lag. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is go back to a little bit of screen share. And so I talked about the 6 degrees of Instagram, and those degrees, and I know some of you guys were there for that, like Richard was there for that broadcast, so he already knows. And thanks for giving me a shout out, Richard, also over on your Instagram, or it may have been your TikTok, and someone took you up on your offer and reached out to me. They just didn't ask the question yet. But they mentioned that they saw you mention me. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Richard. So anyway, the 6 degrees of Instagram, your Instagram feed, Instagram stories, IGTV, Instagram live, DMs, and reels. Those are the 6 degrees of Instagram. And so let me just go over here and make sure that I do have it on standard, but let me just put it on low. I'm just making a little adjustment in my Ecamm Live, and let's see if that makes any difference with the lagging. So I'm using a different resolution, and I don't know why. Sorry, guys, my internet connection is good. So, Back to Basics had some auto correction on the iPhone that was problematic. Sorry to hear about that. And Reels. Okay, that was on your Reels. Yes. So Richard gave me a shout out and over on Instagram Reels, and said if you have any questions about Instagram, you could, get in touch with Eileen Smith. And the person did. They came and they followed me and they asked, but they didn't ask the question yet. They just said, I saw your Richard say that you. So it's like, okay, so what's your question? Still waiting for that. All right, let's go back to another screen share. You guys are going to love this one. All right, here is a gorgeous image. Oh, I call this out of this world. This gorgeous new image that came from the NASA probe shows the deep jet streams in Jupiter's atmosphere. Oh, and what you guys don't know, here's a fun fact for you, is that Jupiter is my favorite planet. Oh, with the exception of Earth, of course. It has 79 moons, and Jupiter's magnetosphere is the largest object in the solar system. I used to study this stuff way back before I started blogging. And you see me there holding the book, The Moons of Jupiter. I've had that book for quite some time now. I think they even discovered a few new moons since I since that book was acquired. But yeah, so I had to include that in there because it's all still about digital media because that's how the image was captured, right? And sent back down to earth digitally. So it's how even the digital media space is out of this world. Let me come back over and see if you guys have comments. You can lead someone to water, but you can't make them drink sometimes. They'll come back and ask me the question, I'm sure. And Alice is just saying, wow. Yeah. Jupiter can you just imagine 79 moons? Well, first of all, Jupiter is huge. Okay. This was another comment that I didn't see earlier. I'm going to put up now. Great information. I'm working on my lighting and researching mixed boards. Okay. All right. So let's go back over here. And I just want y'all to see this again. Notice something else I want y'all to notice in that picture is that I actually went and got my nails did, y'all. First time I got my mani pedicure since the pandemic, the first time. So I wasn't too embarrassed to put my hands in the picture. All right, so let's move on to what did I talk about before that? All right. Okay. All right. We're almost at the end now. We are going to go with our YouTube updates. Okay. So YouTube announced that there's access to a chat support in just one click if you're part of the YouTube partner program, which means, you're monetized on YouTube. And so I actually had beta access to it as well as on my daughter's account. I used it for a couple things. One thing they did resolve for us very quickly, and another thing they never did resolve for us. So I give it a 7, but it's still great that you can just click on a little icon at the top of your YouTube studio. And if you want to know more about that, here's the link there for chat support. And when they talk about it over on the Creator Insider channel. Next, actually, I gave them a 7.5, not a 7. So the 0.5 counts. And for YouTube Shorts is kind of all the rage. Hello, Dorothy, Swarthy Daisy. Oh my gosh, I was just about to talk about you, Swarthy Daisy. So I'm so glad that you came in right on time. And Alice says her nails are a hot mess. Yes. Well, my nails weren't that bad. They were bad, but my toes, whew, that pedicure, I gave that guy an extra tip because a young lady did my nails, but it was a guy who did my pedicure. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to apologize. Sorry. Thank you. All right, so let's go to the next update. And the next YouTube update was about the YouTubers Unite virtual conference. And I talked about how I was honored to be asked by my friend Swarthy Daisy, who just so happened to, like, it was just like psychic. And she knew that her name was getting ready to be spoken. And she said, "Hey, timing is everything." Yes. And so I talk about how my one word for 2021 is collaboration. And if you guys don't believe me, you can go back here in my timeline here on Haps. And I may have even talked about that on YouTube as well. Collaboration being my word. So, absolutely, I had to step out of my comfort zone in order to get this done because I'm used to doing things on my own sweet little time. Y'all know I like to do everything impromptu, like I did this stream this morning and like I did the stream on Friday. Well, all my streams are impromptu. I don't plan stuff. So, but this was already planned. There was a date, there were deadlines. Swarthy Daisy kept me on top of the deadlines as well as all the other participants. And you can see that entire playlist here. And here's the link I have provided. And I will actually put that link as well in the chat here. And Barry Johnson, thank you so much for coming over. And I can't put your comment up because I'm trying to type in the conference. And if I can remember what my special link was for it, I believe it would have been YouTubers Unite. The funny thing that happens when you try to talk and type at the same time. So there is where you can go and get access to that playlist and see how much fun we had in that event, and just the wide range of content that was presented. It wasn't all about the same kinds of things. It was just amazing. It was incredible. Swarthy Daisy, love you to pieces, and would be happy to do it again. And let's put Barry's comment up. Barry, he rocked it. Yes, he did. You can see 6 degrees of Instagram on your phone. Yay! Yay, Richard. Okay, so I think that is the end of our digital media updates. So, as promised, I said that I was going to talk about some of the articles that didn't make the cut. So I'm going to just look at least one. And how I would do that is to just go into, like, I'm creating a new issue. And here we go. I'll talk about this one here. I didn't include a podcasting section, but this one is about Libsyn. Libsyn is a podcasting host that I use in addition to Anchor. I also use Libsyn, and Libsyn has acquired Auxbus. Okay, and Auxbus, which is the next little item there, I'll show you what Auxbus is. It's a way to actually create your podcast. So, this is my opinion. Pressure has been put on a lot of the podcast hosts by Anchor. Y'all know I love me some Anchor, right? And Swarthy Daisy says we will do it again in June. Get ready. Okay, see, I got plenty of advance notice. So yeah, I'm gonna be ready. I'll be talking about Haps. I can tell you that right now. No, I'm just kidding. But I probably will mention it for sure. Okay, so sorry for the lag, everybody who's watching, but I just wanted to come on cam just to say to you that, it's great to have disruption in the market, just like Clubhouse is currently disrupting the marketplace. Okay. They're not doing anything new that's not been tried before. It's just, as Swarthy Daisy said earlier, the timing has to be right. And so, because we're all quarantined, or, a lot of us are quarantined, and because podcasting is just really exploding in interest, and it's being available in so many different places now. Like, even you can subscribe to podcasts on Amazon now. I don't know if all of you guys knew that, but now there is this pressure because when Anchor came on the scene, it disrupted the marketplace by offering free hosting. And so now the other podcast hosts, they have to step up their game. And our this is why it's a golden time for us. It's a golden age for us content creators, because all of these apps and companies are fighting for our attention. I want that to marinate, okay? Because I want you to think about that when you're deciding where you're going to put your content. And this is one of the reasons why you guys see me using HAPS, because I absolutely love HAPS. I love how they have embraced the community of Periscopers, even though I wasn't really a Periscoper. I loved how they were here to pick up the pieces for those Periscope folks. And so there's all kinds of apps that I could use to live stream, but I choose to use HAPS. And I just want you to know your power and think about that carefully when you decide where you're going to have your content available. So if the lagging that you're seeing right now is bothering you, just close your eyes, because I just want you to just say to yourself, I have the power. I have the power. Because everyone who's listening to my voice right now is a content creator. And I see the chat, I see it going off out my peripheral, but I just want you, because I'm having these little issues, I want you to see how sincere I am about this. And I want you to think about it. Now, I love Libsyn. I've been using Libsyn, of course, before Anchor was even around. But, they kind of bashed Anchor and, said things like, oh, you should just be one thing. We do hosting and that's all we do. Oh, no, 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 no. They've bought uh, an outfit called Pair, which is a blog or a website hosting company. And now they've bought Oxbus. All right. So you've got to step back and do the 30,000-foot view. And I don't know why people say 30,000, 50,000, doesn't matter. You've got to step back and look at all the options that are going on and the movement that companies make, and figure out where you best fit and who is looking out for your best interests. Okay? I want y'all to do that. Promise me. Can you say #promise? #promise. #promise. And Barry says, thanks for the inspiring words, Eileen. You guys inspire me. I know y'all know that was just off the top of my head. That wasn't anything I planned on saying to y'all. But you guys are inspiring me. And I don't just report on these things just for the heck of it. It's important for you to know who's who. And I know everybody can't sit up listening to podcasts until they fall asleep like I do to keep up with all this stuff. Okay, Savage Scientist is here too. Hey, what's happening? Savage is on the YouTube side. Just to really quickly, Barry, Swarthy, and Savage, and anybody else who's still on the YouTube side, come on over to HAPS. Sign up for an account here. It's a free multi-streaming app. Okay. And you can also monetize. You don't have to wait for all those jumping through all those hoops that YouTube wants you to jump through. I'm going to put my link up on the screen so you know, just go ahead and sign up. Even if you don't start streaming here today, when you sign up, they'll put some extra coins in your bucket because you signed up with my link, and that's eileen.link/haps. eileen.link/haps. I want you all to sign up for a haps account because you just never know when you're going to need a free multi-streaming app that you can use from your phone, Android or iPhone, and also a built-in community. So when you go to YouTube, you hope for your subscribers to show up. When you go to Facebook, you hope that people who have liked your page or your friends in your groups show up. But HAPS has a built-in community of users that can also show up, give support, offer value, give you coins, give you tips. I've gotten about 5 or 6 tips today on this broadcast, and over the 95 days that I've been on this platform, I've already started to see those tips add up. Okay. Check it out. Don't just check it out. Just sign up. 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 You can always check it out later. Because if you don't sign up today, then it's like push it down the road, because all the stuff that I'm always telling you guys about, right? I don't want you to push it down the road. I want you to sign up today. Okay. All right. Sign up now. Thank you. Thank you. Richard said, I did that already, Grammy. Yes. And Richard knows not only about HAPS, but he knows that my Grammy, because, I'm a new grandmother. Well, I guess 6.5 months. Is that still considered new? Well, he'll be 7 months soon. Anywho, my Joseph, we decided that he would call me Grammy, but what's special that Richard knows is how it's spelled, just like my name with the I and the E. So it's Grammie. So if you ever see me and you want to call me Grammy, don't put the Y on the end, because I'm going to chastise you. And Marion, I'm sorry. I'm almost pronouncing your name incorrectly. I apologize. And I might need my glasses for that. Mirren has given me a high award. Hi. Hi, peace be unto you, Shantae or Shantiva from Be Kind. And also, you guys are over here on the HAP side, I hope. So, yay, yay, yay. And also, not sure. She's going to get you. That's right. All right. And once again, I do apologize for any lagging today. And thank you guys so, so much for coming out to the broadcast today, just to do a little bit of I'll use my intro sort of as my outro. Say hello to my assistant for today's broadcast, Echo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. On this day in 1977, Eagles checked in at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for their iconic song Hotel California. If you'd like me to play it anytime of year, you can find it here.
Let's get started with today's broadcast with our assistant, Echo. And fun fact, when I first heard her say that little thing about Eagles, I thought she was going to talk about the Philadelphia football team, the Eagles. But she was talking about the musical group, the Eagles. Oh, I think she was messing with my head because she knows I'm from Philadelphia. That Echo, she's got a mind of her own. And and Richard, you're still here. Rich Roberts says, have a haps day using haps. Yes, have a happy day because this is the digital media haps. And that's the reason why there's two P's in haps, because Swarthy Daisy also has given into the live streaming peer pressure and she joined. Thank you, Swarthy Daisy. Yay. Okay. All right. And let's see if Barry is going to come over too. Barry said he's getting signed up as well. So I'm going to hang on, and Barry, until you get over here. Come on now. It only takes a couple minutes to sign up. And peace and blessings, everyone. Doesn't it feel good to be part of like such a positive community? I don't know about you, but it makes me feel awfully darn good to know that I have all these positive folks here. So showing support and sharing your love and sharing your knowledge and information. It's not always just me. You guys contribute as well. So I'm going to go and show you one more thing that didn't make it to the newsletter. And let's see, what can we share? Okay, we'll do another another podcasting thing, because I don't think this ever made it to the newsletter. So hang on, let me get screen share up. And that is Acast acquired Radio Public. And just so you know, I'll show you how this works in this newsletter. I can make that image look a little bit better than what it did when I first dragged it in. So Radio Public is actually a really cool app that you can use to subscribe to podcasts. But they also have something that's called a pod. I believe they call it a pod site. And I have one. In fact, I'm going to show you. My Anchor podcast is on a Radio Public site. So this is the Anchor Show. I haven't put out an episode in a while, but that's okay. I'm still a podcaster. And I put out 109 episodes, so there's still plenty for folks to go over there and chew on if they really want to find out about podcasting and Anchor and all that good stuff. So I'm going to put the link over here in the chat. If you just want to see what it looks like, I'm not sure if this acquisition by Acast, because Acast is a podcast host, okay? And I'm not sure if this acquisition by them is going to mean any changes for this pod site, but it's just going to give more juice. I love the way that just showed up when I posted the link. If you're on the Hap side, if you see how the link shows up in the chat area, I think it looks really cool. Oh, yes, thank you. Okay, and I'm going to come on screen in a sec. Yeah. If you're talking about this beautiful butterfly, Mr. Rodney gave that to me a couple of Christmases ago. And that was at my request, because he said, "What do you want?" And I said, "A necklace." I think his daughter helped him pick this one out, though. She's an artist, so. Yeah. So, but he does pick out good stuff, though. Don't get me wrong, but for some reason, I think she helped him. So I think that's what you were talking about. Be kind. Oh, you might have just been talking about something else when you said I have something beautiful in my chest. Yeah, probably were. But that's okay, because I rarely wear this. And so that's why when I wore this, and when you said that made me think of it. So anyway, shout out to Mr. Rodney. And my heart. Yes, that's the thing that I have beautiful in my chest. Yes. Thank you, Swarthy Davy, for pointing me in the right direction. All right, guys, sign up for the newsletter. When you leave here, you can buy me some coffee. You can get your own coffee, which means get your own buy me a coffee page. And let's look at that. Let's look at the buy me a coffee page. Look at mine first. I just want you to see what it looks like. And this is where, and I could have put up a banner, but I was just being lazy and I just grabbed an image from the image library. But it's really cool. You can have a little intro to yourself here along with your social media links, and you can see these people that have supported me. Now I pinned this one up at the top. This came in the other day, but Dear Myrtle, who I talked about at the beginning of today's broadcast, she brought me 5 coffees. And you can change this, by the way. It doesn't have to be coffee. It could be tea. It can be beer. They even have now registered the domain, buy me a beer. I don't drink beer, so I didn't use that, but I think it's cool for those that drink beer as well. And, the Buy Me a Coffee crew sees that I've been telling you guys so much about how to do this. And actually, I'm going to put this up as a banner over here on the eCam side because I want you to get your own coffee. So hang on. Let me show you how important that is to me. And my link for that is eileen.link/get your own coffee. And I think everybody should have a buy me a coffee page. And it would help if that type wasn't white. So we're going to change that. Okay. That way you can see it. And I'll move it here. All right. And I'll put a little background behind it. Not that color, of course. All right. I just made this on the fly. So you guys know I always do everything on the fly, right? So I just made it so I can make sure that you can read it. And if you're listening, you're not watching the screen, I'll spell everything here. ILEANE. That's my name, Eileen. .link. The word link / get your own coffee. All one word. I want y'all to sign up for that too, because you can't wait around for YouTube to monetize your channel. You get monetized on all these other platforms. You just go and get your coffee. And guess what? When people buy you coffee and they use PayPal, it's in your account immediately. If they use Stripe, because you also can connect Stripe, it takes maybe 3 or 4 business days. But trust me, if you're on YouTube right now and you want to give me a super chat, I would appreciate it. However, I just want you to know YouTube takes a huge cut out of the super chat, and it takes almost 60 days in order for me to get the money. So just want y'all to be aware of all this stuff. So whenever I find good stuff, I share it with you. Okay. There's other services out there like Buy Me a Coffee. This just so happens to be the one I like and I like to endorse. All right. So guys, if I didn't have this lagging going on, I probably would stay on here even longer. Carmen is there. So yay. Hey. Oh, wait a minute. Swarthy Daisy, Dear Myrtle. Oh, it's such a small world. I never would have thought that. Yes. Okay, great. Yes, shout out to Mr. Rodney. Oh, thanks, Pam. As Pam's over on the YouTube side as Oh Natural Aromatherapy. And Carmen, thank you. Please go back and watch the replay, Carmen. And I so appreciate you for coming over. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, genealogy. I know that you're into genealogy, but I just didn't know that you guys' paths had crossed. Yeah. Dear Myrtle is in one of my other coaching groups with the Tinkering with Tech. Tinkering with Tech, who is led by Michael Daniels and Heather Kraafter, whose names I mentioned earlier today. And you'll see if you subscribe to the newsletter, you'll see them there. And Mel is here. Hey, Mel. Oh, wow. This is so cool. I wish I would definitely, if it wasn't for the lagging, I would hang on because all you guys are just so awesome. And I just love chatting it up with you, hanging out, the LGL family, which is Let's Get Live, which comes to us courtesy of Doc Rock, Diana Gladney, India Delgado, and Michael the Digital Buddha, as well as Lem Drops. They're all on to buy me a coffee, so they know what time it is. I haven't gotten them over here on Haps yet, but I will. Trust me. All right, lovely folks, and all those of you who are on Facebook. I have so much to tell y'all about Facebook because Facebook has made major change to the way we can control our news feed. And if you've ever watched a previous video of mine on YouTube about controlling the news feed, Facebook changed the video is almost obsolete, almost, because they do that to make it hard for you to know how to make sure you see what you want to see because they want you to see what they want you to see. So even though you may or may not be seeing this right now, you're on Facebook. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the Facebook updates. I'm going to put those together just for my Facebook folks. Yeah. And more about podcasting in the next newsletter. But I also want y'all to tell me, like, if you sign up for the newsletter, respond to that newsletter or anything. You could DM me on Twitter or Instagram, Facebook page, wherever. Just reach out to me. Tell me what kind of content you want to hear about in the newsletter, like digital media news, things like acquisitions, things like new features coming out and stuff like that. All right. It's not so much tech, like what microphone to use and all that, even though I can tell you all that too. But but I want to keep that separate. So this is digital media news. All right, y'all. Okay, so with that, if you're on YouTube, be sure to watch one of my other videos that are going to come up on the screen right now. If you're on Haps, love ya. Facebook, talk to y'all soon.